Morning everybody, it's
Autistic Bobbie
and Fat Steve, and we're in a taxi, folks. Now, as you all know, we're in Manchester city centre, and we're staying at what used to be the Ivy Styles, and what's it called now?
Sunday by Portland.
Something by Sunday by
Portland.
Is it not Wednesday by Thursday?
It's a stupid name.
Saturday by Friday?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've chartered this taxi for 3 hours, and we're going down a bit of memory lane. I'm going to take you to Bolton, show you Fred Dibnah's house, where I used to live when I was 6 till 11, and the school I used to go to, film location of Spring and Port Wine, which was James Mason, that I watched them film when I was 11.
Hi everybody, it's Autistic Bobbie!
And I'm Fat Steve. And I'm the star of the show, Princess Sandra. And together we are Spicehead-Media. And then I'm going to go completely off the rails. I'll take you to Farnworth, show you roughly where my dad's shop used to be, I hope, if I can find it, and then go to Farnworth Cemetery. Should be able to show you my father's mum and dad's grave, and my mum's grave, or ashes, and my grandma's and granddad's on my mum's side's grave. So, you okay, Dawn?
We'd rather do it in a taxi because it'd be too much doing it by trains.
There is a train that goes from the other station here and goes to Farnworth, but then it's too far. The cemetery's just behind it, but it would be too far. The scoot probably wouldn't have enough energy.
Yeah, we did a taxi from Manchester to Bolton to see Steve's memory.
So we've just had a Subway. Was it okay for you?
It was okay.
I had a sausage, egg and cheese, I think.
And some, I don't know what they call it, I forgot.
Oh, what did you have? I can't remember.
You have.
I had what did I have?
Pickles,
I had onions and red peppers, I think.
Yes, yeah.
So, we've been fed, we've been watered, Dawn had some pot pie, had a nice coffee, and we're just getting on to that, what's it called? Can't tell the name of it. We're just getting onto one of the bypasses in Preston, in Manchester. We've got a police bike there just passing, another police bike, 2 police cars, and they're obviously escorting somebody, but I don't know who, and I can't see it. So we're heading out of the city now. I'll give you a little flick of some of it. There's over to the left, folks. We're on this big flyover. Some flats there. Look a bit starlight. And looking forward a little bit. Another police bike, another police car. So here's some unusual escort, folks. So we're going to leave you there. We're not doing an outro because we're going to keep coming and going, and we'll be back probably 20 or 30 minutes, folks.
Yeah, something.
So we'll catch you all later.
Bye.
So this turning on the motorway, if we carried straight on we'd go into Bolton. If you come up this left hand slip road, please, and then we're turning left into Farnworth. So this is the roundabout. In some of my stories I've talked about my Uncle Victor when we're in a three-wheeled Robin Reliant and it conks out and we pushed it round this roundabout, and it went all the way down the hill, and then turned left towards where he used to live, which was Preston. It rolled down the hill, it rolled over the bridge and pulled up outside his house in Preston, folks. And that was big fat Uncle Victor. And as he were pushing it round this roundabout, he was leaning on the door, which fell off, and I'm a kid sat in the car, and he's sliding down the road on the door, and he got up, picked it up, put it over his arm and run up to the car and jumped back in and carried on, folks. One of Fat Steve's mad life stories. So as we come off here, there's a sign, welcome to Bolton, I think. Dawn's just shown me. So we're coming into Farnworth now, which was the town where I first lived. And just to the left here used to be a big yard, which was John Charlton's scrap trucks, and it looks like it's all houses now. Yeah, that's well changed, folks. I think this is, I can't remember if this is Moses Gate or. So we're going right down towards Bolton, and it's a long time since I've been here. So we're heading down here to near the old school, I think, and we want to turn right at Rawcliffe Street. I'm not sure if I can remember exactly where it is. Just here to the left is where my nanny and granddad used to live, in Terrace 2 up, 2 downs behind there. This big shop here, Home Bargains, used to be the Co-op, and that was Brackley Street down there where my father had a shop. It's pedestrianised now. Now one of these should be Rawcliffe Street on the right, but I'm not sure which one. Did you get that? Could you hear that?
About Rawcliffe Street.
Yeah, Rawcliffe Street. It should be on the right any minute, which takes us to the graveyard, to the cemetery.
Next right, yeah. Not this right. Not the next one, the one after. Is that where the cemetery is, yeah?
Yeah, down the end of Rawcliffe Street.
This right, the next right.
So 101 takeaways in this one strip, though, folks. It's renowned. Fat Steve has a video about Farnworth and the 101 takeaways. Here it is at the side of it. I'm not sure if that's the old library or an old school. I can't remember. Here on your left. I'm sorry, it's quite a messy video, but I'm not going to hang out the window in a taxi. There's a house just here on the right where...
It's in here, yeah?
No, I'm just filming it. Sorry, I'm talking to the camera. I think my Uncle Bob lived there with his wife Pat, who was my father's sister. So if we go down here, there should be a little bridge, which is near where the train would have stopped if we'd have come on the train. But that was
Straight ahead, yeah?
Yeah, straight on. Thank you. Whoa. So we're just going over the railway now. The station's around here somewhere. And straight on, and we should get to the cemetery gates. Let's hope it's still here, and let's hope it's open. Am I okay to open this window?
Of course, yeah.
Thank you. I'm
Going straight down, mate.
Yeah, straight through them gates, I think. So, Fat Steve's hanging out the window. So if you follow that, where am I? You go round to the left in a second, and then straight down there towards that tree, and anywhere round here will do me for a minute. Anywhere here will do.
Yeah,
Thank you for a minute.
There you go.
Right, so let's have a little look. We're diving out on stick, folks. Right, I'll have to figure out where I am here in this area. It's actually a little bit further down there, I think. Pat Steve's on stick. So this is Farnworth Cemetery, folks. There's a tree. The sun's in the wrong place this morning, unfortunately. And I think the first one I've come to look at here is my father's mum and dad, I think. I just hope I can find them. And I don't know. Back to this way. I didn't think it'd been this hard. I should have done a recce. I might have to take this home and study it, because I can't see what I was looking for. It's quite weird. Do they move graves? Right, I've found what I was looking for now, but I don't want to point it out. So I've been here. The one should be just over here. So the one on this side is my father's mum and dad. And again, I've found that now. Dawn stage in the cab. So, quite strange to come here, folks. I'm not on the radio mic, as you can probably hear. I've got another one down there with Charlie and Alice. There's quite a few modern ones here. Quite eerie, folks. Quite weird. So I said I'm not pointing them out, but I've been, and I've seen what I wanted to see. Lovely, quiet cemetery, folks. Very nice. I'm not sure if we can get out on the other side or not. I'm gonna dive back in this cab now with Dawn. Oh, yeah. That's done what I wanted to do.
Alright, Captain.
Oh, cheers, man. So, are you okay, Dawn?
I'm fine.
Right, so if we get out the cemetery. So, folks, here we have God knows what. This is where the market used to be. This was the old Crescent Market bus station in Farnworth. And over there, them ramshackle buildings are what's left of the old baths, which used to stand around where I'm looking now. So if we head up a little bit and stop just before that pub if you can. So this in 1960 was a bustling, busy market. Look at it now, it's looking quite modern. Just up a little bit if you can. So look how nice and posh this is now compared to how it were. I'm trying to see if there's a pub on that corner there. I don't think there is anymore. Yeah, thank you. Just forward a bit more. So just here, right, anywhere there will do. So across there again, you can see the edge of the old post office, and Dad's shop was just to the right of that. So folks, I'm still in Farnworth, and there's a story I'll tell you about when I followed the Salvation Army band, and I think that building there, or whatever was there before, used to be the Salvation Army. And to the left here, there used to be terraced houses where some of my family lived, and that's where I'd gone to my Auntie Annie and Uncle Charlie's. So I'm going to carry on round now to roughly where I moved when I was 6, when I was born, till I was 6. Catch you soon. So we're heading now past what was my first junior school, and it's now, God knows what it is, got roller shutters on it, and I think that was, can't even remember, it's now a community centre, and we're now on the street where I first went home when I was born, and down at the end of here at this junction in a minute there should be a big church, which was my local church as a little kid. There's a house coming at us always, and I can't see the steeple. That's not good, folks.
Just down the right one.
Is it still here? Keep going, yeah, somewhere. So the church is still there, and it's boarded up, folks.
Yeah, it's boarded up.
Oh, look at that. What a shame. So if you just set off straight forward, and we're looking for 102, I think, which is on the right, the first few houses. If you can pull over somewhere around here, just here will do. This will do, thank you. It's 98.
102 is this one.
Is it? How the fuck do I remember that, folks? How the fucking hell? That is frightening. Yeah, I'm diving out for a minute. You okay there, Don? So this is 102 St James Street, Farnworth. And when Fat Steve was born, this is where he was brought home to. And there used to be an old green garage down the back, it's gone. And you can see this council estate. Let's get over here. And I've just shown you near the Salvation Army where I followed the band back, which is back down there. And I've told you all the story of the horse. So here we are in this street. Just about where that car's moving was the horse and cart with the milk on it, and stood around here. Oh, in fact we weren't, we were over here. So we stood outside the house here with my brother Brian, and just where that first telegraph pole is, that's where the horse and cart walk was with the milk churn on it. My brother fired a catapult, it hit the horse reared up, the cart fell over and all the milk spilt down the road, and then my brother gave me the catapult and run off. I was about 5 or 6, and the guy come and got hold of me, and then my mum come out of here, and there were a big kick-off, folks. So this is St James Street, Farnworth. I'll catch you all later. So I'm just round the corner from where we were on St James Street, and as we come over here, there's a railway bridge there. The railway doesn't run there anymore, I don't think. And we're turning right here, and where this building is here, if I can get it, I've got it. This is the original farmhouse, or what's left of it, of where the horse and cart came from. But it looks like it's been rebuilt, I can't tell. So we're heading now towards Bolton. I'm going to leave you there again. Lots of little snippets in this video, folks. Well folks, in some of Fat Steve's life stories I'll have told you about this area, and the cottages just down there were on the edge of the park at Bolton, and this is where I think in 1970 they filmed a scene in a film called Spring and Port Wine. A woman came running down them steps with a parcel, and she tripped and the parcel had to land in a puddle. I watched it, I was 10. She did it 3 or 4 times and the parcel didn't land right, and finally on one take she went head over heels, parcel went up in the air, landed in the puddle, and she lied there crying, and I think she'd broken her ankle, folks. Now all that time, let's just get back down here a little bit. We've got the big park to the right, which I think could be Leverhulme Park, I can't remember. Got the old railway bridge there with the railway that carried on past the football ground. A few houses there, and in a minute outside the school I'll show you the pub where James Mason, whilst making that film, James Mason kept going in the pub, and every time the shot were lined up he'd come out and he had a big brown coat over his shoulder, back down this lane and back up the hill. I'll show you in a minute. So I can't remember that house. I think there used to be a gatehouse there to the park, I'm not sure. So there's the steps, folks, from the film Spring and Port Wine. A 10-point turn now for this poor driver. Ooh. Thank you, love. So parked just here was the fire engine, and the fire engine kept spraying water to make it look like it was raining. You're bearing right up that road over the bridge, please, yeah. And there should be a pub to the left, just stop opposite that pub if you can. If it's still there. So to the right is the school, to the left is the pub. If you just stop here if you will, thank you. So that's no longer a pub, but in there, I said James Mason used to keep coming out of there, and they had this big fur coat on, and then somebody'd wobble up the hill back where we've just been. Just there underneath, we've just crossed the river. That's the river that ends up as the Irwell and runs through Manchester. That's where, again, in 1970, just beyond them bushes, I was walking with the 3 Chadwick brothers, and the youngest one fell in the river, the middle one went and he fell in, and the older one, I stopped him jumping in. Now we went to this school to the right. I'm not sure if there's kids that I'm trying to avoid. Can you drive through that school gate and down to the church, please? I think we're allowed in because it's going to a church. Just on the right here. So this is Stevens and All Martyrs Primary School. This is a school that I went to till I was 11. The old school used to be here to the right, that was all knocked down. And this leads down to the church at the end. Anywhere around here will do me, thank you. So I've told you all the story of them boys, Chadwicks, because last time I came here with my first wife Wendy, we found out, came looking for a grave over here, which I'm not going to search for now, I don't think I've got time. And we came back here looking for the grave of the 2 boys, and when I found it, it had 3 boys in it. So I went to the vicarage just there, and I found out that a year to the day that we'd saved the elder Chedwick boy, he got run over outside the school gates. So the 3 of them were in the grave. That's quite a well-known church from Fred Dibnah's stories. I think there's an old video of him taking the steeple down. So this is St Stephen's and All Martyrs, and back in my day it was called Lever Bridge. So that's the new school. So we're going to go a bit further up this road, and we'll show you roughly where I used to live, and then where Fred lived, and then I think we're done on this little mad video, folks. So I'm round the corner now on Bromwich Street, and if you see these flats, they didn't used to have a fence, and it would have been about 1967, 68. I had a tin army hat that an uncle had given me, and me and the lad were playing around here, and he threw a house brick at me, and so I nutted it with his tin army hat on, and it went through one of them windows, and we run off and run home. And years later, well, I do remember the police come round talking to my mum and dad. I found out when having dinner with my mum and my first wife, years and years later, my mum mentioned that woman I'd killed, and I said, what woman I killed? And she said, when you were a little lad, you were down the street and you nutted, you threw a brick through a window and it landed in the sink, and the old woman was washing up and had a heart attack and died. So that's a weird one. So Fat Steve technically, well, I don't know if it's murder or manslaughter. So if we carry on down this street a bit, please. So this is Bromwich Street. I used to travel down here most days, twice, to get to and from school, and or I went down the road behind us, and there's just, we come up here, there's some new flats on the right on the corner. If you pull up just where I'm going to keep going a bit further yet, where are we? Go on, let him go. The end of this row of houses. I'm trying to get just all that clump of trees there, I'm trying to get. So just go past this road, thanks, and pull up on the left if you can. So I'm going to get out again and show you a bit more. So Fat Steve's out again. Where's my stick? So over there used to be a house where I used to live. It was called Borderlands. Quite a mansion, folks. And the Chief Inspector of Police used to live in that house. Can't remember their name. And all the way along here was a red brick wall, 6'6" tall, and that was Bolton Wanderers training football ground. And let's get over a little bit. So this was this red brick wall all along here, and I've told you stories of when we lived in the big house that was there. It's now flats. It was 1966, I think it was a World Cup, and Brazil was using this training ground, which is now houses, and we were in the garden and a ball came over and a guy climbed over the fence, and it was Pele. And my brother was just couldn't speak, nobody had a pen, but he shook his hand and gave him a hug. So that's another one of Fat Steve's mad life stories, but I'm not into football, I don't know anything about football. So we're going to carry on up here now and turn right, and we should come to Fred Dibnah's house, and then it's back to Manchester, folks. So folks, I'm going to start from behind this little grass verge and see if Dawn's okay. You okay, Dawn?
Yeah.
Hey?
I'm fine. Thank you.
So we've checked on Dawn, and I'm sure you all recognise this, folks. The road down there is what leads to the school we've just been to, and this was Fred Dibnah's house. And if I can hobble down a little bit, I think there is a plaque. Sir Fred Dibnah, MBE steeplejack. So lots of people come here filming, and it can't be very nice for the current occupants, I don't think. So I'll be as discreet as I can. So there's a bit of shouting going on down there. So I'm not going to go in. I'm going to lean in as best as I can. Looks like there is what remains of his sheds. There's the house in the distance, folks. And that goes down to the valley, which leads to the river where we've just been near. So I'm going to get back to Dawn in this cab. Pat Steve's busting for a wee. So in memory of Fred Dibnah, this has been Pat Steve's little tour of some of the stories in these mad life stories. So that was Fred Dibnah's legacy, along with his films. And my collection of videos will be my legacy. And let's just flick back. You okay, Dawn?
Yeah.
So that's been a little tour, folks. You okay?
I'm Autistic Bobbie.
So we're going to head back now to Manchester. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this or how I'm going to do it. But for now it's...
Autistic Bobbie.
I'm fast, Steve. She didn't shout down my ear.
No.
You didn't shout down my ear.
Fuck you.
Alright, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch.
Haha.
Oh, he manipulates and controls that
No.
poor girl, you know. Oh, it's disgusting. He takes all the money.
Right. Now, who you are? Basti and Autistic Bobbie, and we are Spiceheads on tour.
Spiceheads on tour, folks. Catch you all later. Keep safe, everybody.
Bye.
Hi everybody, it's Autistic Bobbie.
And I'm Fat Steve. And I'm the star of the show, Princess Sandra. And together, we're Spicehead-Media.